Hi, I'm Brady, and welcome to the latest Tech Tip Thursday video. Today I'd like to actually show you two things. One, how to test your internet speed, and two, what the results actually mean. So what I'm going to do is something that I don't usually do. I'm going to open up a browser window, share my screen. And the first thing you want to do is go to speedtest.net. And you'll know you're in the right place when it opens up something like this. You've got the little icon here for an RPM indicator, speed test. In a Google search, it'll say Ookla by Ookla. And first thing you're going to do is just hit go. Now what this will do is it'll kind of do an initial connection. And what it's going to do is it's going to calculate out ping, it's going to test download, and it's going to also test upload after that. So right now it's working on the download step. Once it gets to the end there, it's going to reset. Now it's going to do the upload. And now we have our results. Now, there's three different elements to this. So what does it mean? What does this test even mean? How do you arrive at anything helpful from this conclusion, right? So first off, ping is a measure of your latency. And latency is essentially how long it takes for you to talk to anything else. We're not talking about speed per se. We're not talking about how much data you can send or receive, but literally just the time delay it takes for you to talk to anything else out there. Now, one is extremely good. Usually a good average connection will have a ping in somewhere in around the 20 or 30 range. And the MS is really just for milliseconds. So anything beyond 40, let's say, if you're especially if you're getting into the hundreds, you got to think those are tenths of seconds at that point. Now that doesn't sound like a long time, but if you stack that with every single interaction you do online, you end up with a very slow web browser because you have tens or even hundreds of interactions happening just when you're loading one web page. So you want this number to be very small. Download, Mbps, this is megabits per second. There is a little bit of funky math to this, but the general idea is that megabits, if you multiply by 8, gets you megabytes. If you say around 1,000 of those is a gigabyte. So the exact math is not terribly important, but the general idea here is that this is roughly equivalent to me maybe wanting to download around 40 gigabytes in a second, which is extremely good. Now, this doesn't matter a whole lot. The main thing that I usually tell clients is that if this is above even 50, but let's say 100, just to be safe, you're in good shape. You don't have to worry about it. So anything above 100 is usually pretty much gravy. Upload. Upload is something that a lot of people don't pay attention to. Now, most tests will not come back where upload is actually higher. This is a little bit unusual. And what this basically means is that there's a lot of network activity happening in general right now. Not necessarily on my network, but my building maybe has a lot of activity going on. It's not terribly uncommon when a lot of people are utilizing their own internet connections in the same physical building because there is a shared pipe somewhere outside of our own network that this is feeding into. Ultimate takeaway, if you're above 100 on both, you're in excellent territory. Usually, if you're on something like Comcast or AT&T, you'll see something that's either low tens or single digits, like 5 to 10 in the upload, even if you have something between 75 to 150 on the download. That's considered normal. Now, upload is one of the things that I actually suggest people look at when they have slow internet. And the reason for that is because it is so slow compared to download, and your goal is to have enough upload that it's not going to slow everything down. So if this was, say, 5, I would start becoming really concerned that anything that I'm trying to do online has to send and receive information. And if it's sending too much information, then it doesn't matter how fast my download is, because you're sending through the upload. And if that's getting slowed down, it's waiting for you to finish uploading something before you can download something sometimes. And so if your upload is too small, you're going to have very slow internet no matter how big download is. And again, these all interrelate to each other. So you could have really good numbers here, but if ping over here was in the hundreds, this wouldn't do me a whole lot of good. Eventually, when I got around to downloading a single really large file, when it finally got around to starting to download it, it would download it really fast, but my web page refreshes would happen very slowly if this number was very high. So ping, you want it to be as low as possible. Download and upload, you want it to be as large as possible. So that is it for going through this. And that's all we have for today's video. Don't forget to like and share. And thanks for watching. I'm Brady Helkin with BH Tech Connection, and I'll see you again next time.